What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing another video. So recently, Dragon Ball Super came out, the first episode at least. I watched the first episode. Personally, I love the show. It looks really, really cool. Only one episode out so far, of course, but really, really cool stuff. I love the art style. Definitely an updated look. Very modern. Looks very much so like that new Dragon Ball movie that's coming out. Dragon Ball F or whatever. I forget the name of it. Something F. Whatever. The point is that the first episode, really, really cool, interesting story. This includes Goten in it, which is interesting. It has Gohan, Goku, Goten, and then several other characters from the series. In this story, it seems that Frieza's dead, so it's supposed to take place after that. Vegeta's still around, of course. A number of characters that are still around. Majin Buu is definitely involved in this, but it's it's not Kid Majin. Well, I feel like it's Kid Majin Buu. It's the trademark one. It's not the buff little. Yeah, it's not Kid, because Kid's the really tough one. No, it's Cotton Candy and Rainbow's one. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name right now. It's probably just regular Majin Buu or whatever. The point being is that Boo returns. There's a number of other characters like Satan's there, like Mr. Satan. Yeah, several characters. Chi-Chi's there, of course. There's a lot of different characters. Trunks is in the show, which is cool. This is supposed to be early Trunks. This isn't supposed to be like when he's an older version of himself. Gohan is supposedly getting married, which is an interesting idea. Very kind of different, but it makes sense. He's clearly an adult at this point. Very nerdy, obviously, due to his mother, Chi-Chi, wanting him to become a very smart man, of course, and that's something that if you know Dragon Ball Z, you'll definitely understand the connection and why things are the way they are in that regard. And Goten seems like an interesting character as well. Really like his personality, and I'm sure it'll be an interesting addition to the show. We also got the villain from one of the more recent Dragon Ball movies that apparently is going to be like more likely than not the main villain for the show. I forget his name right now, but he has like a cat-like look, sort of like a Persian, like Egyptian kind of cat-like look. But he has powers similar to like Frieza and Majin Buu in that kind of regard, except like in regard to like he can destroy entire planets like in a second. So yeah, so your typical villain. His attitude is very like high class, like, oh, I'm so much better than, like, he has that snootiness. So definitely interesting character that way, but really cool character as a whole. There's lots of different characters that showed up in the show. A lot of the characters that you would expect, as well as some of the characters that maybe are a little bit newer. Mainly a lot of like characters that we know. Of course, I'm forgetting. What's his name? Master Roshi's still around. That's right, Master Roshi. King Kai apparently supposedly might make some returns, which would be really cool, as well as a couple of other awesome characters. But in this episode, like King Kai wasn't really shown. Roshi was shown for like a very a short while, like a little bit of time. Very funny moment, of course. Roshi's always very funny character. Always loved Roshi, really funny character. King Kai is also awesome. But it was a cool episode. Nothing in regard to like battles, but definitely foreshadowing the future of like, oh, we're definitely getting a major battle with the new villain, at least for this part of the show, because obviously there's always been several villains in each Dragon Ball series, and that's why we had Majin Buu, and that's why we had Goku's supposed brother, and that's why we had Frieza. Like, there's so many different variations on this stuff, so it's gonna be interesting to see what we get. And personally, I'm just excited just to see what kind of new things they will include. Also, what types of new Saiyan modes. Obviously, there's that like new blue Saiyan mode that's supposedly being featured in the new movie, which could also be shown. I think it's like God mode or something. I forget the name of it. It's like God Super Saiyan or something like that. Really interesting. Really cool. Just overall, really awesome stuff. really excited. Obviously, I've only seen the first episode, so I don't know anything else. And at this point, only the first episode has shown up when and I'm talking to you guys now. So at this point, when this is posted, the second episode will have already been out. I'll have seen it by then, but I will not. But there will not be a continuation necessarily directly following that. But I just wanted to talk about it. Originally, I was thinking at one point of doing reviews of the Dragon Ball Super series. Wasn't sure if you guys were interested in it. If you guys want me to do some of that, definitely comment below because I would love to do it if you guys want it. Personally, I don't. Personally, I was thinking about it. Now I have some other things planned, but if you guys want me to, I can definitely look into making some time to do a little bit more review of it. This kind of was abbreviated version of what could kind of be like a review. So I could kind of say that, like, if you guys say, oh yeah, start from episode 1, I basically say, like, yeah, I basically just gave you an abbreviated version overall of it, as well as mentioning characters that apparently are in it, which is a huge deal, of course, and also giving you a sense of, like, the time. There's definitely characters from the original Dragon Ball that are featured in it, and one aspect, one last thing I just remembered that I forgot to mention is the idea that the show so far definitely seems better than GT, which is of course a great thing because GT is considered by the Dragon Ball fans as one of the worst versions of Dragon Ball probably ever, because the original was good, and Z is always like praised to death, but GT is always hated on so much, and knowing that it's better than GT at least says that we're working in a good direction. Like, if they can make things look really good, we can be up there with Z, and that would be awesome. Or we can stay around with the original. There's definitely some of the characters from the original that are showing up. I don't know if Bulma's showing up. I know that I'm forgetting his name right now. He's the guy that works with he's the other. I'm forgetting the other guy's name that's significant. He has like black hair, sort of like Goku. I'm forgetting his name, but like he's definitely in it. Apparently, it's been a little while since I've seen him. But if you know, I'm sure you guys would know who I'm talking about if you're Dragon Ball fans. But overall, I'm loving what they're doing so far. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Anyway, guys, this has been Crazy Samurai 71. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys again for watching. And goodbye.